Welcome back to the channel World Coins, master coin lovers and treasure hunters from all across the world. If you've ever dreamed of turning loose change into a life-changing fortune, then this video might just be the most exciting thing you watch all day. Today, we are going deep, very deep, into the story of a coin that looks like any other, yet could be worth a jaw-dropping $8 million. You heard that right. Not $8, not $8,000, not even $800,000. We're talking about a tiny piece of metal, a 1988 D Roosevelt dime, that could be sitting in your piggy bank, your glove compartment, or your kitchen drawer, quietly holding a value of up to $8 million. And what makes it even more thrilling, it's not because it's made of gold, platinum, or some rare element from another planet. It's valuable because of something far more fascinating: errors, minting mistakes, and mysterious anomalies that escape detection at the US Mint. Now, before you rush to check your spare change, sit back and join us for this deep dive into the amazing world of coin errors, misstrikes, mint mark mysteries, and the hidden fortune behind one of the most overlooked coins in American history. This is the full, detailed story of the 1988 D Roosevelt dime and why collectors, investors, and treasure seekers around the globe are obsessed with tracking it down. To understand why this dime is such a big deal, we first have to take a closer look at what it is, and more importantly, what it's not supposed to be. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946. It replaced the Mercury dime, and was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt following his death. These dimes are small, made of a copper-nickel blend, and have a face value of exactly 10 cents. They're one of the most common coins in American currency. Millions, even billions of them, have been minted over the years. So how could something so ordinary become so extraordinarily valuable? The answer lies in what went wrong. In 1988, the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark, produced a very large batch of dimes. These were intended to be regular coins, identical to millions of others. But something happened. Not with all of them, mind you, but with a select few. A mechanical error, a punch misalignment, or perhaps a rogue die accidentally inserted into the wrong press may have led to the creation of a batch of coins that were slightly, subtly, or even drastically different from what they were supposed to be. These weren't your everyday dimes. Some collectors began to notice oddities, unusual spacing, doubling of letters, anomalies in the mint mark, or even features on the coin that didn't seem to belong to a 1988 design at all. One of the earliest and most famous reports involved a 1988 D dime with what appeared to be a ghost-like S underneath the D mint mark. That might not sound like a big deal at first, but to coin collectors, it's explosive. The presence of multiple mint marks is rare. When found on a coin, it's typically the result of a minting mistake, specifically, a situation where a die intended for one mint was reused at another, or repunched after a relocation. These are what numismatists call RPMs, or repunched mint marks. In this case, some 1988 D dimes appear to have signs of previous mint marks below, or around the D. That means these dimes may have been struck using old or modified dies that were supposed to be retired or used in another facility. And that's just the beginning. Other rare 1988 D dimes show dramatic doubling, also known as DDO, for double die verse. This means the letters, numbers, or even parts of Roosevelt's face appear twice, like a shadow of themselves. This doubling is not the result of wear or damage, it's a minting error. It occurs when the die that strikes the coin is created improperly, capturing multiple impressions slightly off register. The result is a coin that looks like it's vibrating or has a phantom twin layered just beneath the surface. Collectors pay huge premiums for such errors, especially when they're visible to the naked eye. But it's not just doubling that adds value. Some 1988 D dimes have off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned. These errors happen when the coin blank, or planchet, isn't centered in the press. A slightly off-center dime might be worth a few $100s. A drastically off-center dime, especially one that shows no date, or only partial features, can fetch thousands. But if a coin is both off-center, and contains doubling or a rare mint mark anomaly, now you're talking serious money. That's when collectors, dealers, and museums start paying attention. That's when headlines get made. And then there's the wrong planchet error, one of the most dramatic and valuable types of mint mistakes. This happens when a blank from a different denomination is accidentally used in the dime press. Imagine finding a 1988 D dime struck on a penny planchet, or even more bizarre, on a foreign coin blank. There have been verified cases of Roosevelt dimes struck on Philippine coin planchets, making them extremely rare and highly sought after. The difference in weight, color, and metallic composition often makes these easy to spot, but not always. Now, let's talk about the Holy Grail, the truly legendary specimens that elevate the 1988 D dime into millionaire territory. There have been reports, although incredibly rare and fiercely guarded by private collectors, of 1988 D dimes with full-scale design anomalies. One such rumored coin appears to have a transition design element, where features from a different year's design show up in places they shouldn't. Another allegedly has a reverse intended for a proof coin, but was struck and released into circulation. If proven authentic, such a piece would be the result of a die swap accident at the mint, something that's almost impossible under regular procedures, but not impossible given the human element of production. And here's where the value climbs into the millions. When you combine rarity, visible minting errors, historical oddities, and an uncontaminated or uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that defies ordinary market logic. It's not just a collectible anymore, it's a historical artifact. Something that might belong in a Smithsonian vault or private museum collection. And to high-end collectors and ultra-wealthy investors, this kind of item isn't just about the metal, it's about prestige, legacy, and owning something that no one else in the world can claim. And yes, one such example is believed to have sold in a private transaction for close to $8 million. Today, we're unlocking the secrets behind a truly astounding coin that many people overlook, the 2007 D Roosevelt dime. While this coin may seem ordinary at first glance with a face value of just 10 cents, some examples of it have shocked collectors and experts alike with a potential value soaring as high as $5 million. That's right, from just a humble dime to a staggering multi-million-dollar treasure, this coin proves that the right era in the right year can create a numismatic legend. The story of the 2007 D1 dime is not just about rarity. It's about mystery, overlooked details, misstrikes, mint mark irregularities, die alignment errors, and an entire array of strange yet fascinating elements that elevate its worth far beyond the expectations of the average coin. Some of these coins have been found in everyday circulation, in rolls of dimes bought from the bank, or even in old change jars left untouched for years. But when one is discovered, especially one with the right combination of characteristics, it sends waves through the coin collecting community. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Over the decades, billions have been minted. The 2007 D version, struck at the Denver Mint, was just one of many in the long series, yet a tiny number of them came out drastically different. Whether it's due to minting errors, die problems, or subtle variations that only expert collectors notice, these dimes have become some of the most sought-after modern coins in the numismatic world. So what exactly makes a 2007 D dime worth $5 million? It's not just about age. This coin is relatively young. It's not about being made of silver. These modern dimes are clad in copper and nickel. Instead, it's all about the presence of rare and valuable errors, and some astonishing discoveries that have come to light years after the coin was released into circulation. From off-center strikes to double dies, from repunched mint marks to transitional errors, we're going to explore all the possibilities that contribute to the legendary value of this coin. In this deep dive, we'll examine every angle of the 2007 D1 dime, going beyond the surface to uncover its hidden value. We'll look at known errors, possible variations, reports from collectors, and the unique circumstances under which this coin has been found. We'll also discuss how you can check your own coins to see if you might be holding one of these incredibly valuable examples in your own collection without even knowing it. Could your coin be the next $1 million discovery? Let's find out together. Now let's go all the way back to the basics, starting with how this coin was designed and struck at the mint, and the special conditions in 2007 that may have led to these incredibly rare errors escaping into circulation. The Denver Mint is known for producing billions of coins each year, and in 2007, the production was moving at a rapid pace. High-speed machinery, human oversight, and tight production quotas often lead to increased chances of minting anomalies, the perfect breeding ground for mistakes that make some coins far more valuable than others. One of the most intriguing aspects of valuable coins like this is that the errors are not always obvious at first glance. Some may be slight die shifts, microscopic doubling, or even hidden design alterations that escape the notice of quality control. Others are more visible, such as major off-center strikes, missing elements like the clad layer, or coins struck on the wrong planchet entirely. These types of errors transform an everyday coin into a rare and collectible masterpiece. In the case of the 2007 D dime, there are documented instances of double dies, where the design appears to have been struck twice, creating a doubling effect especially noticeable on the lettering, such as Liberty, or the In God We Trust motto. Some coins also show misaligned dies, where the obverse and reverse are not properly centered. These dramatic-looking errors are eye-catching and extremely rare, immediately raising the coin's value among collectors. But one of the most controversial and fascinating features associated with this coin is its mint mark. The D on the coin indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, but some coins have surfaced that show irregularities with this mark. There have been suggestions of repunched mint marks, where the original D was struck twice, slightly off from the first impression. There are also rumors, still debated by collectors, that some 2007 dimes may have been struck with the wrong mint mark altogether, or perhaps on a leftover die from a different year or mint. These kinds of rare and anomalous details are what fuel speculation and drive the value of these coins to unprecedented heights. Add to that the stories told by collectors, like the one of a man in California who claimed he found a 2007 D dime with a blank reverse, or the Florida metal detectorist who pulled a 2007 D dime with doubled lettering from a beach. These real-world discoveries ignite interest and lead more and more people to search through their change with a renewed sense of purpose. Every time a story like this emerges, the legend of the 2007 D dime grows larger, its mythical value fueled by scarcity, mystery, and the passion of numismatics. There's also the fact that this dime belongs to the broader series of Roosevelt dimes, and when one coin in a series becomes highly valuable due to a rare error, it raises the attention paid to all similar coins from the same time period. Collectors often begin hunting not just for the rarest known error, but for anything related, whether it's die chips, misaligned elements, or weak strikes. All of these features can lead to increased collector interest and eventually, skyrocketing auction prices. In recent years, certain auctions and private sales have featured 2007 D Roosevelt dimes with documented mint errors selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and that's just the public record. Some coin experts believe that private collectors have paid into the six-figure range for dimes exhibiting extremely rare characteristics, such as a complete reverse die clash or an off-metal strike. It's this growing awareness and demand that pushes the speculative value of some rare 2007 D dimes to several $1 million.